In this GAT question over here, we've been asked to find the value of x. What we then can do is, first of all, convert this whole entire thing into an equation. So what it says is that half, so I'm just going to translate it into half. Half in math is multiplication. 1/3, just going to copy it down. Half again is multiplication. X is, which I'm going to translate to be equals to 13. And then the question says, so then how much is x? That's it. I've got the equation, and I can now solve to get the value of x. All I do is, in this case over here, it's being divided. Let me just multiply the whole thing. So it's x divided by 2 times 3. 13. So because over here everything x is being divided by 2 times 3, what I'm going to do is multiply it by 2 times 3 and multiply it by 2 times 3 both sides, so these cancel out, and then all I'm left with is the x, which is supposed to be equals to 13 times 6. Or then what you can do is you can, because we don't have calculators, yeah? So if you know 13 times, if I would do 13 times 6, I would actually do it mentally in my head. What I'm going to do is, so this is all happening in your mind. What I'm going to do is I'll do 10 times 6 and then add a 3 times 6 into it. That's 60 and 18 straight away, 78. If I do it in my mind, this is how I'm going to do it, and then that would be the answer. Or then if I'm just trying to show you a few different multiplication processes that's going to make your workout very quick when you're sitting for the exam. So another alternate way that I can utilize is, if you know the timetables, so I'm showing you a second method. If, for example, you know the timetable of 13 times 3, that would be 39. Then all I know is that, all right, I just need to double it. So what I would do is double 40, which will give me an 80, but then take away the 1 that I multiplied by 2. So that would be, I'm just going to be like, okay, so that's almost like 40 times 2, which is 80. But then there's an extra one that I need to subtract, and because I multiplied it by 2, it's going to be 80 take away 2. 78. You might be wondering that, oh my God, this is such a long procedure. Why do I not just do 13? So I know that this is my question. Why do I not just do 13 times 6? Why do I not just do this? That would actually be so much quicker. Yes, it would be quicker if from what you know now, but once you start getting into the practice of mental math, which I'm encouraging you to do, and I've showed you 2 procedures on how you can do it, one over here and there's another one that I showed you earlier. So I showed you 2 procedures of how to do multiplication very quickly without this long procedure where you would have chances of doing careless mistakes, and doing it in the quickest way possible, because once you get into the practice of doing mental math, you get really sharp with it. 5-10 seconds and you're done, you've got the answer.